Hey, welcome to Iron Grip Profits. I wanted to talk about being the nice guy. Because it's serious. You want to try to prove to these women that you're a good man, that you're not going to cheat on them, you're going to be faithful, you're going to be loyal, and you want to be those things. And that's good. It's good to be an honorable man. However, there are some things that you do need to hide from women. Like too much compliments. Too many compliments, being too available, being too accommodative. Do not jeopardize your standards, and you need to develop standards. You need to have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, a woman is going to respect you less. It's not like you can't be loved, but if you don't have boundaries, I don't understand who wouldn't. That kind of screams desperation. Desperation to be with a woman, be with anyone. I had this girl ask me, it was a woman, she's older than me, but she was asking me what did I want. I said, I don't know. I know how to be patient when I need to be, and I know how to act when I need to. Because I don't know what I want from these people. I can't be overamped and jumping into things like that, or be that kind of person anymore. And women like this. Women do not want a nice man. You can be nice enough to ruin everything. You can have money, be in good shape, be a strong, confident man, but without that, everything falls apart. Being too nice. Number one, you need to have boundaries. For example, there are some things that a woman can't say to you. One thing my ex used to get about, and now I understand it. I didn't understand it then, but she said that she wanted to make sure my son would never be a man who would allow a woman to speak to him that way. And I was thinking, why don't you just not speak to me that way? And that was logical to me. But her logic isn't logic at all, and it's more important. Because that is a test. She's right. I should not have allowed her to speak to me that way. I don't know how to stop her. I think she wanted physical violence. She came from the hood, and she respects a man who will walk away or hit you if you speak to them that way. She does not respect a man who tolerates somebody speaking to her that way, or a woman speaking to him that way. So I needed to have boundaries. I needed to have respect for myself, not to allow a woman to speak to me that way, and to act on that. So to have some sort of discipline, some sort of withdrawing of myself, stop talking to her, say something, put my foot down. I needed to have boundaries there. I couldn't just be accommodating, forgiving. And I thought that's what she needed a long time, and it is truly what she needs, is a very patient man to be near her. But it's not what she wants. That's what she needs, but it's not what she wants. See, what they need and what they want are two very different things. So you can still be everything they need, but don't let them know that. Don't let them know that they're above you. Never let them think that, especially if they are. If they're out of your league, good job. Do not let them know that. If she's a supermodel, treat her like she is a dog face. Treat her like she is a tomboy. And it will pay off in the end. It will pay off in the end, because once they start to thinking that they're too valuable to you, that they're irreplaceable, that they've gotten to you, that's when they're going to try their games and play their games and give you a hard time. So stop being the nice guy. And by this, don't be the one that's always leading the conversation and texting all the time. Withdraw your presence. Sometimes if they ask you to do things that you don't want to do, or they seem like they're a pain in the ass, say no, be disagreeable. Women actually like a man that is disagreeable, that's not agreeing and laying down what they believe in for her. Giving up all that you have for her really is just a big signal of weakness, because they don't want that. Sure, you could do that, and that's all you have, and that's wonderful. What a great sacrifice. But they don't want that. They don't want a man who will do that. They want a man who will not do that. They want a man who won't tolerate them speaking that way. And so, I don't tolerate women speaking to me that way anymore. And sure, there are women that will have to leave my life because they can't control themselves. But I am just not going to be that type of man anymore. And this kind of man is stronger. Strong men cause women to be in an environment where they can be feminine. When you are masculine and you are, walking in masculinity, your woman then can have space to be feminine and to submit. So if you're not strong, if you're not calm, if you're not a capable leader, if you're frazzled real easily or easily upset, if you're too accommodative and give up your standards or you have no standards, all these things will lead to her falling into a pattern of disrespect. She will not respect you. So you need to be firm on what you want, on who you are, and what you will not tolerate, and always have the small fight now instead of a large fight later.